261 section 3.4 is so short, I think I can finish it, even if I only have 5% left on my iPad. So let's see, this is going to be a quick one, you guys. Optimization, and 3.5 is going to be the harder one where we have to solve the word problems. But in 3.4, I'll show you how to find absolute maximum and absolute minimum in a closed interval. So I have 2 examples, 3, 4, 5. Let me maybe do first 2 in this video, okay? So first one, it says find the absolute maximum and absolute minimum values of f of x is a cubic function over the interval -2 to +3/2. So they're giving you the left bound and the right bound. These are the endpoints. Whenever you're doing these problems, you are going to have to plug in the endpoints. So you will have to find f of -2 and f of 3/2. So don't forget to do that. You must plug in these endpoints because endpoints may be the highest point or be the lowest point. So you need to check your endpoints. But in between, because you may do something like that. So what we're going to do is we're going to find critical values, okay? So first find the first derivative. If f of x is x cubed minus 3x plus 2, the first derivative is (3x squared minus 3, right? So I set this equal to 0. I get 3x squared minus 3 equals 0. If I solve this for x, I'll get plus 3 on both sides, which is 3 equals 3x squared. I need to divide both sides by 3. That's going to give me, can I switch the left and right side? X squared equals 1, which means, hold on, I just want to move my work to this side over here. If I take square root of both sides, I get x equals plus or minus 1. These are the critical values. Critical values. Okay? So what I will do is, because they can be relative minimum or relative maximum, but instead of doing the second derivative test or the first derivative test, we're ready to start. We're ready to start this process. First of all, is +1 and -1 both in this interval? Because the interval is from -2, including -2, to 3/2. Yes, -1 is in here and +1 is in here. So both critical values are fine. At this point, what you're going to do is you're going to check you're going to really see who's the greatest and who's the smallest. That's what we're doing. So starting with your endpoints, plug in your endpoint, -2, the left endpoint, into f of x and see what that value is. So do -2 cubed minus 3 times -2 plus 2. I'm going to go ahead and set these out and kind of pause the recording and do this on my calculator. Next, do your, I guess you can all do your endpoints first. Check 3/2, which is 3/2 cubed minus 3 times 3/2 plus 2. And now you're going to plug in your critical values. Plug in -1 and see what you get. 3 times -1. So a lot of plugging in going on, right? And f of 1, you plug in 1 this time because these two are the critical values. So basically you plug in the endpoints and the critical values. Let's go ahead and find all these function values. I'm going to pause this recording so that I can do this on my calculator and just write these down. typed these into my scientific calculator when I paused the video and got these values. The first one came out to be 0. The second one came out to be 7/8. Third one was 4. Oh, this is the biggest one. And last one was 0. I want you to check these numbers for me and then let me know if I typed something wrong. I think I typed everything okay. But alrighty, so how do we tell which one is the absolute maximum? You really find the biggest number. This is the biggest number, so this must be a absolute maximum because that is the greatest value. 4 is the biggest number out of all these numbers that we listed. Now, I can see the smallest number is 0. Oh, whoopsie. So I'm going to say that this is the absolute minimum because it's the smallest number. But not only that, 1, we have a copy of that, right? Whoopsies. So I can say the same thing down here. This is also the absolute minimum. 7/8 is just nothing. It's not special. It's not the biggest. It's not the greatest. So that's what it is. So let's go ahead and fill in the blanks here. The absolute maximum value is 4. And that happened at x equals -1. Absolute minimum value is 0. And that happened at x equals -2 and +1. I guess I'll just use comma here. Yep. But this guy right here wasn't special enough. It wasn't the greatest or the smallest. So that is how you can do example number 1, or it's going to be the same. But I have 3% left, so just because I don't want it to die in the middle of a recording, I will go ahead and pause this one and I will process this video online.